Hi, I'm Mrs. Peeved, and we are doing a 1 year to closer to 18-month update on cloth diapers. I was going to do an update on what has changed over the year and how my views have changed on cloth diapers, and honestly, if you've watched my first video, which has been my most watched video, nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. I still use the pocket diapers, and I still prefer them over anything, but I have never really tried anything besides the pocket diapers. So I'm going to have my sister, who has a 9-month-old, go ahead and talk about the diapers she uses with her 9-month-old and about the pros and cons with those. So what was your biggest concern with cloth diapering? Because she was kind of scared of it at first.
Yeah, it was. My biggest concern was rashes. I didn't know anything about cloth diapering, and most of the things that I heard was about how awful the rashes can be and how you'll never get rid of them. And
I actually had a pediatrician tell me that.
Yeah. I was really terrified about that. It ended up not being a big deal at all because, as it turns out, if you actually know how to wash them, you pretty much don't get rashes unless it's heat-based or unless your kid's sensitive to a wet environment.
Which my boys kind of were, but I just used powder on every change, and I never really had an issue with rashes. But hers, powder didn't work because my niece apparently has dry skin, so I used
Dr. Smith's butt cream, essentially. It's just regular rash cream.
If you're curious about what is cloth diaper safe, basically anything with zinc oxide is a no-no because it stains. If you're okay with stains, then you can use whatever you want. If you don't want stains, the most common ways to get rid of rashes on babies is powder, coconut oil, petroleum, which if you were ever a pageant girl and they used to put petroleum on your teeth, yeah, it's just that. Just use that on your baby's butt. Mm-hmm. Which is weird and doesn't give them pearly whites. And any natural rash cream, just look at the ingredients. Zinc oxide should be one of the first ones listed if it has it in there. Again, it is possible. It just stains. It doesn't ruin the cloth diapers themselves. Mm-hmm. So, what kind of cloth diapers do you use?
So, I use all-in-ones. I use fitteds. And then I use flats.
Flats are kind of like the flour sack tiles that I talked about in my first video that you can buy from Walmart, mm-hmm. except they're specifically made by a diaper company to be used as diapers. And which one is your favorite?
Flats. Flats are my favorite because they are the easiest to clean. They are the most fun. I love folding them. I love doing artsy-fartsy folds.
Diaper origami.
Yeah, pretty much. There's actually an origami fold. You should look it up. It's fantastic. But even though flats are my favorite, I've been unable to use them very much on my daughter because she is at the point where she loves rolling around and getting away from me while she's naked. Favorite pastime of babies. Can't imagine why. And so I've ended up mostly just using all-in-ones. Because you can put them on backwards and they still have the same amount of absorbency.
You put diapers on backwards?
Doesn't everyone at least once?
I know, I've never done that.
When they're rolling away, you gotta do something. You can't, I have carpet, so...
When they were little, I would roll up the ones of your shirt around their arms and then they were stuck. When they figured out how to get out of that, I would... have my knees up and I would pin their arms with my toes while I changed diapers.
So you can wrestle your kids and pound them into submission.
It's not pounding.
You can use an all-in-one.
Okay. And for all of you wondering, this is the all-in-one. There are pretty all-in-ones. She got this basically, she didn't have a choice because she bought a bundle and this came free with it or something.
It came from a co-op and I wasn't able to get the order through unless I bought a whole bunch of that print, which is fine because I like that print.
But you can buy cute ones. This one has a bunch of froggies on it, and where's the firework one?
It's right here.
Oh.
You can also get something like this. There's a lot of really cool prints for all-in-ones and really for pockets too. The unfortunate thing about all-in-ones is that
drying time. It takes forever to dry them after you wash them. And no, you cannot put them in the dryer. They have to be air dried. You can put them in the dryer?
You can put them in the dryer. You didn't
Why
know
can't
that?
I put pockets in the dryer?
You can put pockets in the dryer.
I was told it would ruin the lamination.
It won't. POL is actually
Polyurethane laminate.
Polyurethane laminate is actually autoclaved, which is like 300 or more degrees, and your dryer won't reach anything more than 150. So since it's autoclaved,
I'm on the cautious side. I'm still going to air dry my pockets. And I know lots of people who do air dry all-in-ones, and they say it can take up to a full 24 hours.
If you're lucky. Typically they can air dry out 48 hours or more. I don't air dry mine. I do put mine in the dryer. However, I do put mine on the low cycle because, yeah, I am slightly cautious. Mostly about the snaps, though.
Okay, so all-in-ones, what is that?
All-in-one is, as its name states, all-in-one. You don't have to put anything in there unless you need extra absorbency. It's basically the closest you can get to a disposable diaper. Now, this particular one has a pocket. Most of them do not have pockets, but the cheaper ones like Happy Flute and Alva all-in-ones do have pockets.
Which I would go for those just for the pocket.
Pretty much. You never know when you need to increase the absorbency because oftentimes you end up needing to.
So you can take that flat or flour sack towel if you're super cheap like me, because I would never spend money on a flat. You can fold it hamburger, then hot dog, and then hot dog again, and stuff that into the pocket if you need extra absorbency, or you can put an extra hemp insert in there, and I love hemp inserts. Buy like 6 of these if you're going to cloth diaper full time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, a minimum of 6.
Minimum of 6, definitely.
I only have 5. I've never had more than 5. I've made it, but yes, if you're going to cloth diaper and you're starting a cloth diaper stash, get 6.
Yeah, minimum.
Hemp is awesome. It's expensive. It's worth it, especially for nighttime diapers. Yes. So yeah, you can increase the absorbency of this particular all-in-one. This is a Fluffy Penguin diaper. There you go. And they are an awesome diaper. And then here's the really ugly one. This one is a different all-in-one, even though it's still an all-in-one because you don't have to add anything. The inserts are sewn on the outside, so they're like, woo! And it's a thicker insert. How many layers is this one?
So this is 5 layers. This is a bamboo microfiber.
Check out. That's really not that thick.
No, it's actually really thin.
That's a very trim cloth diaper. Which, cloth diapering, you kind of want to get the trimmer ones, especially if you live somewhere colder and you need to double up on clothes. One of the hardest things is finding fluff-friendly pants for diapers. For girls, you can just like put skirts, dresses, and leg warmers on them. For boys, well, they make boy leg warmers, but my husband never let me really put them on the boys. Unfortunately, they're so cute, guys. So mostly, but since we live in rural Texas, my kids just go pantless. If it gets super cold, then they wear cotton stretchy pants. But yeah, it's hard to find fluff-friendly pants.
This one is a lot thicker because this one has 13 layers. This is actually my nighttime diaper.
5 layers?
13.
13 layers. That is a nighttime diaper, for sure.
Yes. Now that being said, if you are looking for a nighttime solution and they're peeing out of everything, because my daughter did that, she has like the bladder of a tank, these are a good solution. These are extreme heavy wetters by Happy Flute. You can usually only get these from co-ops, although the Fluffy Penguin Company is also starting to sell those at this current point.
Ego Cloth also sells Happy Flute, and I think you can even buy Amazon Happy Flute now. Happy Flute on Amazon now, I think.
It's pretty limited, but you can.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good nighttime solution. This is just bamboo and hemp, but it's definitely not necessary for all kids. It's pretty rare for you to have a kid that needs it this much.
Like my kids, let's see. Well, my oldest is out of diapers completely, so I'm not really going to count him. My youngest he's not quite 2.5. He'll be 30 months coming this December, and I have him in a nighttime diaper. My nighttime diaper is a pocket. I use a flour sack towel wrapped around one hemp, wrapped around one hemp, bamboo. Here, give me the bamboo and hemp. So basically, it's a flour sack towel.
This is actually bamboo right here.
No, this is what I use.
Oh, the CBI?
Yeah. Okay, this is a charcoal bamboo insert. It's 5 layers. The 2 outside are bamboo, the 3 inside are microfiber. This is a hemp insert. You put these together, you wrap the flour sack towel around it. That makes an excellent nighttime diaper. I cannot stress that enough for people.
Most times, just that combination or even less works for most babies. You know, if you have an extreme heavy wetter, get one of those. But
well, that's the thing
otherwise,
about cloth diaper, and it's very versatile. You can
Yeah.
make it to wherever fits for your kid.
exactly.
Did we already discuss the fitted? I can't remember.
I don't think we did. We had to do this video twice now. So this is a
Technical difficulties.
right. This is a fitted. So I actually don't like these that much. I ended up getting them for my mom, who was babysitting while I went back to work. But now I'm stuck with them, so I have to use them. A lot of people really like these, and they're actually a fantastic overnight solution for a lot of babies. And the reason why is because they have this sewn-in soaker, which usually consists of 3, sometimes 4 layers. And then they have this part right here, which is usually another 3 to 4 layers right here. This is from Green Mountain Diapers. This is a workhorse.
Lots of people love Green Mountain Diapers.
Yes, they are a fantastic company. They do make quality diapers. They are expensive. They are worth it.
I didn't ever feel like I could afford them, but if your kid has daycare or grandparents watch them or babysitter, fitted seems to be a good thing. The downside is A, they're expensive, and B, this is not the whole diaper. You have to buy a cover or a wool cover for these, and do not go and buy like old-fashioned Gerber training pants, which yes, you can still find those at Walmart. Don't buy those. But yeah, you have to buy a cover for these on top of them being expensive, so that's the downside to them, really. So all in all, what is your favorite diaper?
The favorite, I think we mentioned this earlier, I can't remember either, but I think my favorite is definitely a flat. Now, I actually don't like flour sack towels because for me, they were too thin for my daughter. She just, like, even...
I'm cheap. Cheap goes the birdie.
If you're cheap, then flour sack towels will work.
Oh yeah,
But,
they work.
Even when she was a newborn, they were too thin.
Snob.
I am a diaper snob, and I am
Oh
proud
my
of
gosh. Yes, how many diapers do you have?
60.
She has 60 for one kid that's 9 months old. I have 31 diapers, and I made that work for 2 kids at one point.
So my husband very much supports my addiction, and he feels it, and he gives me money for more diapers.
Because he thinks the diapers are cute.
I got lucky.
Yeah, my husband just likes the fact that I've saved money on it. Yeah, speaking of which, going with the pockets and being economical and buying the flour sack towels, snob. I've actually kept a tally over the last 2 years how much money I've saved because I used disposables on my first kid. $2,300. I kid you not. However, if you develop an addiction and buy just all the cute flats and buy, say, 40 plus diapers for your kid, 60. Yeah.
That's actually still like a 60 less than what most people buy. I know who you are. You know who you are.
Yeah, some people have real issues with trying to stop buying diapers.
Yeah, there are. I've actually mostly stopped. I'm only building up my newborn stash because when my daughter was a newborn, I actually had to wash every single day, and I hand washed.
Oh my gosh, why did you hand wash?
At the time, it was actually the easiest thing for me. That's weird, I know, but that's just
I never
what
hand
did.
washed my diapers. Anyways, but the flats are the easy.
Flats are my favorite. Flats are my favorite for a lot of reasons. I love folding them. But this right here, in the event that you are a flat snob and you do love them, this is a Hemp Babies flat. This is upside down, sorry.
Yes, I was about to say, I think that's upside down. Hemp Babies!
Hemp Babies. Now, you can actually buy these off of cottonbabies.com, and they are the makers of one of the most overrated diapers, which is Bum Genius.
Yeah, Bum Genius, I have had 2 of those. I honestly...
Yeah, they're awful.
They really... I don't understand why everyone who cloth diapers has to have a stash of just Bum Genius and goes on and on about how great they are. They aren't.
No, you end up actually having to replace the elastics more often than not every 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, the elastics got completely shot. I mean, they will in the cheaper ones, but you kind of expect in the cheaper ones.
You kind of do, but even then, I've had my Happy Flutes for like almost the entire 9 months, and they're not even all that stretched out, really.
And yeah.
So anyway, Hemp Babies. Hemp flats are unfortunately very expensive. These were actually $10 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
But, if you do really love your flats, and I don't love my flats that much, but some people will actually buy hand-sewn flats for $15 a piece. Most of my flats cost about $2. This was an exception. just to see if it would work as a nighttime solution. Hint, it didn't, but I love them nonetheless.
Okay, so favorite is hers is the flats. Mine is still the pocket because of number 2. I could not get over the ew factor of the poop factor. Ew factor.
The poop factor, yeah. Let's rhyme here.
So, with pockets, it's simple. Take out the insert carefully after you shake the solids off into the potty. Just kind of wiggle them off like this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Just imagine there's poop on there.
It wasn't that a song? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You wiggle that off into the potty. You take out the insert. And then you have a diaper sprayer that attaches to the tank of your toilet. And you spray it off. Whereas with all-in-ones, that is not an easy solution. Well, with this all-in-one, it looks like it could be. But like with this one, I would hate to clean up the poop on that. So talk about your poop
Solution?
Yeah, your poop solution.
Yeah, let's not talk about my actual poop, though. So poop solution is, I have a poop bucket, and I love my poop bucket. And so what my poop bucket is basically, I shake off the solids.
She's not talking about the toilet, by the way. That is not a new name for the toilet.
The poop bucket is a red mop bucket. It's red, so you know not to touch it. Mop bucket. So it's like a 3-gallon mop bucket. You can find it anywhere. It's super cheap. Anyway, what I do is I shake the solids off into the toilet.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. And then I put it on the side of my bucket. And I take my shower head, which is a water pick. You should buy one. Find
water pick, in case she's talking too fast.
I'm not talking too fast. You're not listening fast enough. Water pick shower head. And then I spray it off into my bucket so it doesn't get on the floor of my shower. And then I dump my bucket into the toilet.
Still a new factor. Buy a pocket. Thank you for your time.